Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another crochet along with me or crochet with me. The last time I did this you guys really liked it, so I thought I would do another one. So here it is. I also asked on Instagram whether or not or what exactly you would like to see from this video. I asked about the speed of the video, which I think you said 2 times the speed. I asked for the length of video, you said over 15 minutes. And then I also asked about what kind of music you would like in the background. You chose relaxing, so I've kind of chosen some relaxing music without kind of being spa music. So I hope that you enjoy this. I am going to be using the Wool Ease Thick and Quick for this project that I'm doing. So this is a personal project that I'm doing. It's actually going to be a throw for the bottom of this bed. I've had this yarn for so long and I wanted to finally sit down and figure out what I'm going to do with it here. You might see me writing a lot in this video and also thinking a lot and looking at my phone, and that's basically because I'm just trying to figure out what stitch I knew what stitch I wanted to do, but I had to kind of figure out the stitch count because I was kind of merging 2 different patterns together, or 2 different stitches, so there's a lot of starting and ripping out and starting with this project. But what I'm also going to be doing in this video is also answering some of your questions. So again, I asked on Instagram to ask me some questions. I also did an assumptions box a while ago, so I will include some of those as well, but I will go through some of these questions and answer them for you because that is what I asked for on Instagram. You may also notice that Everleigh is asleep on the bed. Her face looks kind of squished up against that pillow, but it definitely wasn't, so don't worry about that, she was absolutely fine. But yeah, she is just sleeping away. She does actually wake up a little bit later in this video, so watch out for that because it's quite cute. She likes to, or she started trying to play with my crochet hook. But anyway, let's get into these questions. This first one is from Thread and Chill. Can we sell items made from free patterns? And the answer to this is, if it's my patterns, then yes, absolutely. I really feel that if you want to make some money from creating projects and selling them, then please feel free to go ahead and do that. Even with my paid for patterns, just don't sell the pattern itself or copy the pattern and pass it on, that kind of thing. If it's other people's, then you need to check out their website, see what they say about that, or maybe just ask them directly on Instagram. I know a lot of people have done that for me in the past. So yeah, it does depend on the individual person, but if it's my patterns, then absolutely. The only thing I would say is, if you're going on my website and you want to create something from my website, is just make sure that it's not a guest designer, because again, guest designers, you do need to ask their permission rather than mine. Next up is Tracy McKenna. Have you crocheted any outfits for your little girls, or maybe a blankie? Would love to see them. So outfits, no, because quite honestly, I don't know why, but baby outfits, crochet baby outfits kind of scare me. I always feel like I'm going to do it wrong, but I guess I need to try. Blankets, yes. So when I was pregnant with my eldest Ella, I did the bobble stripe blanket, which I will put up on the screen here. And then when I was pregnant with Everleigh, I started the Everleigh blanket, which obviously I named after her, which is being released very soon. There will be a written pattern and also a video tutorial. So if you want to give that a go, it involves mosaic crochet, so watch my mosaic series and get to grips with that if you want to. But I'll leave all the links in the description box below. But this Everleigh blanket will be on my channel actually next week, so keep a lookout for that. Amber GF91 has said, I love your videos, could you do a Christmas blanket? Well, first of all, thank you very much, I'm glad you like them. As far as could you do a Christmas blanket, this year on my channel there will be the Crochet Society Christmas Advent crochet along. So the advent calendars are available for sale. I know there is very limited left. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you want to go and check that out. But also as well, there will be the tutorials on my channel. So if you want to join in but you haven't got an advent, then you can use your own colours. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. So if you want to join in, then keep a lookout. It will be on my channel every day from the 1st to the 25th of December. How exciting is that? Lamotti66 has said, what is the difference between a sunburst and a starburst granny square? Now, I've looked into this and I don't think there is an actual difference. I just think that some people call it sunburst and some people call it starburst. Unless anyone can correct me on that, when I've looked before, I genuinely don't think there is a difference. Krishnamakwana 13, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I apologise if I'm not, says, please upload lifestyle videos. We are waiting for your lifestyle videos. I will hopefully in the future be doing some more of that. There is a lot happening right now and I know I could be capturing them on videos, but I've just been so busy that I just knew it would just be one extra pressure. I think, well, I've spoken a lot about having quite bad anxiety throughout pregnancy. I don't think I realised how bad it was until now, looking back. So just something needed to give, but I would like to get back to it. So thank you for being patient and just keep a lookout for them. In actual fact, while I'm thinking about it, I have been thinking a lot about this channel and sharing a little bit more of behind the scenes, so more crochet related things but more behind the scenes rather than full lifestyle family type videos. They are on my lifestyle channel, Sarah Jane Frigola. But would you like to see a bit more behind the scenes? I know when I've asked before, everyone's like, yes, please. But I am actually moving into some new office spaces, which is so exciting. I would love to share that journey a little bit more. Let me know if that is something that you would love to see. Crochet with Kaylee asks, how do you manage to work, crochet editing, writing, etc. and family time? So the juggle is always real. For a long time I did everything myself, but over the last couple of years I have built an amazing team which helped me in getting everything done, from writing blog posts to checking patterns to helping with photography, editing videos, because there is no way at the moment I could do everything by myself. So please don't ever look at somebody and think, wow, they are doing so amazing there, how do they manage to do it all? Because, you know, they might have somebody helping them like I do now, but definitely at the beginning I did it all myself, and looking back I think, wow, how did I do that? But to be fair, I didn't have children at that point. So yes, I have an amazing team that I've built up over the last few years, and I am forever grateful for them. Strange Little Lady has said, I'm curious about your book, how's it going? I can't wait to know more about it. Thank you for your work. Well, thank you very much. The book is going well. We're just in those final stages of putting everything together. I can't wait for you to see it, and it should be, well, it will be available next year, so keep an eye out for that, but thank you for asking. Ezra Ariad Designs has said, as a crochet designer, should I take it seriously and put a business plan together and commit to it, or not necessary? So I would say a business plan is always a good idea, even if it's just a generalized one, or you know, you don't have to go into too much detail, but if you have a vision or a little bit more clarity of what direction you want to go in with things, then yes, get that down on paper so that you know what your goal is and what you're aiming towards with everything that you do. And it's that clarity which will help drive you forwards. So I would say so, yes. Obviously, if you're just beginning out, if you're just starting out, then you don't have to have everything figured out instantly. So just take your time and see which way you want to go with things, and be able to adapt. And you know, I'm rambling now, but basically, if you have a little bit more clarity and vision of where you want to go, then it's always helpful. Made by Angel Stitch has asked, have you ever had a problem with moths around your yarn? I don't think I have, actually. Maybe I have, but I haven't noticed. But I tend to keep my yarn in boxes. I have some which are in my crochet office, which are on the shelves, but the rest of it is kept in boxes. So no, I don't think I've ever had a problem with moths. Has anybody else? Leave a comment in the comment section if you have. Rach1892 has said, how many crochet hooks do you have? I honestly do not know. A lot. I will have to count. I'm looking at some of them now, and there must be 20 in front of me, and that's just one small section. I have another bag full. So I think I'm gonna oh, I've just seen some more. I'll have to count, and I'll have to let you know. I'll try and remember to count for my next chit chat and update you. Okay, so moving on to the assumptions about me statements. I always find this question really interesting because I think, especially with social media, it's really easy to assume something about somebody. So yeah, I like to get inside people's brains with this question. I love it when other people do this as well. So let's go through some of these. Crochet at the Croft has said, you get sent tons of free yarn. This made me laugh. Okay, so I do get sent yarn. What the majority of yarn that I get that is free is actually for work purposes. So for the Crochet Society boxes, I would say that's where the majority of my yarn comes from. But I definitely don't get sent as much as what you might assume I do. Let me know, did you think I got yarn sent to me left, right and centre? I'd be interested to know what your answer is to that. Mia Maori, I think that's how you say it. You work very long hours and find it hard to stop and delegate. Lovely. Thank you. Love you too, Mia. So in terms of what I work, I have 3 days a week at the moment where my eldest is at nursery, and those days I literally sit down, start filming and film until it's time to pick her up. So those 3 days are jammed full of work, and then obviously I have to start and feed Everleigh at the moment anyway. And I also work evenings as well, so I will work 3 days a week and also evenings. So it's not necessarily majorly long hours, I guess, but I do work a lot, and yes, I do find it hard to stop. And that's mainly because it's my passion and I love it. I love what I do. But I definitely do need to learn a bit more about boundaries and actually switching off. Pill Magnolia has said you are super organised. I think somebody else also said that as well. MK, sorry, I don't know how to say your username. They also said that I was super organised. Okay, I like being organised, I really do. However, definitely since becoming a mum, I am less organised than what I used to be. But I do have to have organisation in terms of, because I'm limited on when I can work, I have to try and be really organised for those days and get as much done as I can, and batch film or batch write or do things in batches basically, so that I'm making the most of my time. In terms of like my house, I used to be quite organised, and yeah, I'm just not anymore. I'm really struggling at the moment to stay organised in terms of the house, but I'll get there, I'm sure. I do, however, still absolutely love using my planner. I am definitely a planner addict. I love to write things in there and keep track of things, otherwise I do forget. One of my first ever videos on this channel was what's in my file FAQs. I think I might have made it private now, but yeah, I still do love keeping everything written down in a planner. Tangled Tinker has said, you love having a plan or a new goal. Absolutely. I have to have a plan, otherwise my brain doesn't work very well. It doesn't function in that way unless there's a plan. Even in terms of if somebody said, if I'm going to the shop for somebody and I say, what crisps do you want? And they say, surprise me. That's not part of the plan. It freaks me out. I'm like, no. Please just tell me what flavours you would like. So yeah, I know that's not really a plan, but that's just a little insight into my mind. I like to have time plans, so whether it's a certain time I have to be somewhere, or a certain day, or a target. I just do. I like to have a plan. I also like to have a new goal, something to work towards, something to be motivated by, and the feeling of achievement is really quite addictive for me, I guess. So yes, you are absolutely right, Tangled Tinker, should I say. Catherine's Crafting has said, you always knew you'd have your own business. Yes, I do. I do think I have always known, or I've definitely always wanted my own business. So I would say that is absolutely true. Fee Davies 63 has said, you are a patient woman. My husband probably would say no. Sometimes I can be. I guess it depends what the situation is. Obviously, I have taught for my job, so I used to teach beauty therapy before I started doing crochet tutorials on YouTube. So there is a certain amount of patience that has to go along with that. If I am feeling anxious in any way, then patience absolutely goes out the window. But I try to be patient. It doesn't always happen.
Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm interrupting this video because I realised after I'd filmed this, I sat down and did an intro, but I didn't have my mic wired up, which is Such a rookie mistake. You wouldn't have thought I've been doing YouTube for 7 years now. Anyway, what I was saying at the end of this video was I didn't really get much done because that is sometimes what happens when you start a new design, is that you end up trying things out and then ripping it back and trying it again. But I'm pretty happy with what I came out with my little swatch, and I feel like I'm going to make some adjustments now in order to progress forward and really start making this blanket. I also showed you Everleigh, who is growing up so quickly. As you see, she is 4.5 months. I think she's 19 weeks or 20 weeks. It's really bad that I can't remember. 19 or 20 weeks when you see this video, and she's just getting so big, and she's just such a happy little soul. And she was so good while I was filming this video, just having a little snooze and then trying to play with my crochet hook. I'll definitely be teaching her crochet when she's old enough. My other daughter Ella is also showing a little bit of an interest, so that'll be interesting when I start to do that or start to teach her. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you really loved my last one, so if you want to see more of these, then make sure that you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button and enable all notifications, and I shall see you again next time. Bye!